Hey everyone, happy Monday. Hope you're having a great day. We got Raw coming up in a little bit, but before we get to Monday Night Raw tonight, let's kick off some Jen Loves Wrestling with some NXT. We're going to start by covering last week's NXT episode, and then we're going to also cover NXT UK. So without further ado, let's get started. NXT kicks off with Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus the Undisputed Era, which saw Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish advancing as the new #1 contenders for Breezango's tag titles. Then we had Ashanti the Adonis versus Jake Atlas. I love this match. These are two guys that I'm really excited about. I'm a big fan of both. The in-ring work is fantastic, but also the character development. Ashanti is always looking so fly. He looks amazing. His fashion is great. He comes out rocking the fanny pack, so what more can you ask for with him? I love it. I love them both. Unfortunately, this match was, Jake Atlas did pick up the win, but there was a little bit of a distraction by Legado del Fantasma. They came out, and then after the match, they grabbed Adonis and they pulled him out of the ring, and started to give him a little beat down before Jake Atlas actually made the save. And then Santos came out. So then we saw Isaiah Swerve Scott with chairs in hand for himself, for Ashanti, and for Atlas, even up the odds. So I love that. I mean, I would have loved to see Adonis versus Atlas go a little longer. I thought those guys were having a great match. But I love this story that they're building into. I'm a fan of all of these guys. So I thought this was some great stuff. Johnny Gargano versus Austin Theory. Gargano picks up the win there. You had Shotzi versus Candace in a #1 contenders match. Candace picked up the win via a weapon of sorts handed to her from Indy Hartwell, who was standing towards the back area where the plexiglass is. She was being really sneaky about it, and I kind of like that role for her. Not the biggest Indy Hartwell fan in the world, but she's got that kind of like shady thing down packed there. So, I really like that for her. Turns out it was brass knuckles that she handed Candace. Candace clocks Shotzi. Candace picks up the win, is the new #1 contender. Then you had, of course, my favorite match of the night because it was Imperium, and anytime Marcel Bartel is on my screen, it's going to be my favorite thing of the night. Beating the odd couple of Drake Maverick and Killian Dane. Things are still going probably not as smoothly as happy-go-lucky Drake Maverick would like, but they're just rolling along, and I guess we'll see what the future holds for those two. But my boys Imperium picking up another W. Love to see it. And then in your main event, we had Damien Priest versus Dexter Loomis. This was for the North American title. Damien Priest did pick up the win here, even though Dexter Loomis was a very worthy contender, and he put up a very strong showing. It was a great match. After the match, Cameron Grimes decided to insert himself into the mix, and he got a reckoning for his troubles. And Damien Priest was proud of his handiwork, walking off to the ring with his title, flashy as always, gets laid out with a chair by Johnny Gargano. So then we find out Rigo comes out, and we get a little bit of announcement for Halloween Havoc, who Regal throws it over to Shotzi, who is the host of Halloween Havoc. So we got Shotzi making the big announcement here that Johnny Gargano and Candace LeRae will both have matches at Halloween Havoc, and both their match are going to be a spin the wheel, make a deal match. So it looks like the graphic was really cool for it. It was kind of like a big saw. I don't know, so it should be interesting to see what some of those options are. We got Hell in a Cell this weekend. We got Halloween Havoc next week as well. So you got some interesting stuff coming up in the future. I'm looking forward to it. Let's hop on over across the pond, NXT UK. They had a great show. Heritage Cup still going on. You had Dave Mastiff versus Joseph Connors, who unfortunately was not worthy as he got knocked out, and boy did he ever. So let's just hope Joseph Connors is okay. Piper Niven versus Isla Dawn. Niven picked up the win of this match, and I believe rightfully so. It was a decent little match, honestly. You know, it was just kind of there for me. Wasn't loving it, but yeah, Piper picking up the big W there. Then we had the main event. In my opinion, outside of course, Marcel having a match on NXT. Outside of that, my favorite match of the week. Ilya and Pete Dunne teaming up versus Walter and Alexander Wolfe. Either way you slice it, this match sounded like it was going to be phenomenal, and it did not disappoint. I had very high expectations for this match, and they even lived up to, if not exceeded, my expectations. I know what all these guys obviously are capable of, but Ilya and Walter have history from WXW. They have history from 16 Carat. They have gone to war before. They have been in bloodbaths before. We had Cerberus versus Ringkampf, just to get into a little back history with that. But these guys know each other quite well, is what I'm trying to say. And, wow. you really couldn't ask for too much more hard hitting than that match. I mean, well, unless you're Joseph Connors, of course. But anyways, yeah, no, there's 4 guys in the mix, and there's just no way that you can go wrong. Hard hitting, crazy, just so amazing. I love this match. If you haven't seen this, even if you don't normally watch NXT UK, just please take whatever it was, 20 minutes or so, out of your day to check this out. You will not regret it. The big story coming out of this, and if you are gonna check out this match and you haven't checked it out already, I will allow and understand at this point if you want to shut off my video because you won't get a spoiler. But before you shut off my video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that stuff. But for those of you who did see the match and were as excited about it as I am, and the big story and the big news that came out of this match was Ilya pinning Walter to pick up the win of the match for his team. The big story on this, though, was because this was the first time in an NXT ring, UK or US NXT, that Walter has been pinned. Walter is obviously your NXT UK champion. He has been a very dominant champion. He is a very dominant competitor. So yeah, but this was the first time we saw Walter on his back for the 3-second count. So, Ilya picked up a huge pin over that, on that, and I guess that takes us to the end of this video. Alright, we got Monday Night Raw coming up tonight, guys. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you're having a good day. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. If you are a fan of my stuff, please let others know. I really appreciate it. Trying to get that subscriber count up, of course. But I love you guys, and I appreciate every single view that I get. You guys mean a lot to me. I love you so much. Have a good night. Bye. Mwah.